All right, back again. We're talking about, how narcissists react when you ignore them, right? This is kind of along the lines of the no contact, but in a different way because no contact usually you have things have ran its course. You were involved with the narcissist in that capacity, but this is more so if you suspect a narcissist and you begin to fall back like there you haven't been with them necessarily in any type of intimate partner situation. This could be like a coworker or something, and you suspect them of being a narcissist or whatnot. Ignoring off the bat is going to be your best bet, like ignoring them, not giving them that attention, not feeding into the attention that they want, right? They have their tactics, though, their ways. And if you're susceptible to these things, you will allow the narcissist in at some point. So, first of all, when you go to ignore them, they're going to try to gain and get your attention even more, right? If that means coming out and, complimenting you, really, being the person that comes to their aid in a situation. Like you could have something going on between you and another individual, and then here comes the narcissist gun ho on your side, right? They're all in on your side. They're jumping to your defense. They're all there. And that's another way of them gaining favor and acceptance. Or they're constantly agreeing with you, right? Over other people or other things that's going on. They're always on your side and in your corner. Those are strategic tactics and measures that the narcissist takes to gain, priority and favor from you. All right, it's a way that they can get in. Even if you're trying to ignore them, they know that it's hard to be ignored when people are rendering acts of service and kindness towards you. And if you allow that type of tactic to affect you to where you don't catch it necessarily, because it can be tricky, it can be seen as a very genuine act. It can be seen as, they're truly looking out for you, right? And it could all go together. It can actually go together where the situation was called for that. And how do you determine if whether or not it was genuine or if this is some narcissist using a tactic to get in closer to you to gain your trust and interest? You won't know until you observe them a while. This is why knowing and understanding what you're dealing with and the signs of a narcissist is so important. Because just because someone comes to you, other people, a normal person at least, could come to your aid and defend you, and they're not looking to get in on your good side or anything like that. That can happen too. But you have to be able to determine and decipher whether or not there's an ulterior motive behind it from someone who may be a narcissist or so. But this is one of the things and ways that narcissists use as tactics to gain that attention, to offset the ignoring of them and trying to, trying to make them feel insignificant. They're going to do something to turn the tides, to grab your attention, to get you to, go in a way of being like, okay, I guess they're not all that bad. I guess I can kind of, maybe open up to them or whatnot. The times that they may have asked to go to lunch with you or, hang out, you rejected them or you didn't want, you ignored them. They're looking for that to turn around. Acts of kindness. They're looking out for you. They're, these are ways that narcissists kind of passively strong arm their way into your life, into position into whatever you have personally going on. They have many different ways of doing this, and a lot of it seems harmless. They know how to make themselves seem harmless in a way to where you won't think anything of it, right? Initially, they can seem or appear to be annoying. This is what I kind of always notice, that when the first kind of indicators, if you're not too sure, check the annoyance meter. Narcissists can be very annoying in many different ways. They do a lot of obnoxious things. And unfortunately, in today's society, those things are overlooked or accepted as being okay or being acceptable. So general society accepts certain behaviors that are red flag indicators of what these type of individuals being narcissists use. So this is what makes it difficult. But nonetheless, they're going to find ways to make sure that they are able to be seen in a good light by you in order to get close to you. Period. You can ignore them. They won't. There's layers, at least, to how narcissists come on to their targets, and what type of position or category that they place them in based off of the functionability of how they see them, right? If you're like in that situation of being a coworker and you're dealing with them, they're not gonna come on love bombing. You're not gonna get the love bombing deals. Everybody thinks, oh, it starts out with love bombing with narcissists. No. If you're looking for love bombing out of every situation, you're gonna be caught up in a lot of this false information that people give, because they're generalizing. They're reading a script about narcissists and not understanding not all narcissists love bomb. They have different ways of making themselves relevant to you based on the situation at hand. That can change from one person to the other, from one situation to the other. It just depends. It's not the same method every time. Again, like I said, in some situations, they're being, of aid or assistance to you. They're being helpful. They're not love bombing you, really. They're just that person that you can, that's always up and apt to help you. They're up for it. They offer assistance. It's not love bombing. And if you're looking for this, how you get, well, they're not love bombing me, so I guess that's not a narcissist. No. Too many of people within the community of this narcissist stuff there's too by the book. And it does not play out that way in real life, in every situation with a narcissist. But ignoring them will cause them to dig into their bags, of their bag of tricks and goodies, and come out with more creative ways to offsetting that, or to changing your mind on how you deal with them, so that you don't see them as bad, or you overlook the obnoxiousness, you overlook the bad traits and characteristics that they display. You'll start overlooking that. And once they have gotten your perception to change and to start, you as an individual to start trusting them, then they know they got you. Then they know they're in there. And that's pretty much the way it works. It's not you ignore them. Narcissists like challenges. They're going to see that as a challenge, and they're going to go into their bag of goodies to find out which thing will break you and get in. Because they can tell if you picked up on them in one area, they have another method that they can use to offset whatever you're trying to do to hinder them from getting towards their objective. Again, they love a challenge. So it's not just you have to put in the work. It's not just you ignore or you just, of course, they're not going to overexert themselves. If you're just rock solid on just not budging and, they can't get anywhere, they'll give up eventually, but it's not going to stop them from not trying. Anyway, that's all I have to say for this video. Hit the like, share, subscribe. Any one-on-one consultations, just email me. Click the link in the description box. Till next time, have a good one.